Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, we're gonna be reacting to a Rev Says Des video. Um, he's talking about this whole like thing that's going on with the baby, Sweet Baby Inc. stuff. It's just brain dead racism masked behind. They think they're just, but like whatever. I think it's like the mafia coming in and telling you if you don't work their company the way they want you to, then they're gonna shut you down. But hey, that's just my opinion. But let's get into the video.
Here. So recently there's been a lot of talk about Gamergate, and during this time, gaming journalists and other members of the video game industry have taken advantage of this opportunity to give their woke analysis on various topics, including the topic of female video game characters and their designs. Because those people try to convince you that you're a bigot and a misogynist for not liking.
Yeah, if you like big boobies that are realistic, then you're a misogynist.
This character design, while also trying to convince you that you're a loser and a creep for liking character designs like this. And that whole cycle there is highlighted by this recent Mary Sue article. If you don't know them,
Skinny women don't exist with big breasts.
They operate a lot like Kotaku and other gaming journalists, where they're essentially a monetized humiliation fetish where people only go to their articles to make fun of them. But this article is titled, "Stellar Blade's Design Isn't the Problem, It's How Creepy Men Are Being About It," where this author, of course, ignores all of the women out there who like Eve's design from Stellar Blade and also other attractive female.
Yeah, really? Like, what about all the lesbian and bi girls that like this? They also like pretty women with big breasts.
Video game characters, but let's get into the article. It says, of course, men being creepy about female characters is nothing new. The hypersexualization of women in media, from TV to movies to video games, is a decades-old ongoing issue. However, it is especially a problem in video games, as it's estimated about 61% of those working in the video game industry are male. Now, I'm going to give you a very hot take here. Share what you guys think. 61%, that's pretty good. I think that's a pretty fair ratio. I mean,
that's way less than I thought. I'm just saying. That's way less. I thought it was going to be 80-20.
Think about that. You have 10 gaming employees in a room together, and 4 of them are women.
Yeah, that's pretty good ratio. Like, that wasn't the case a few years ago.
The next Mary Sue article is going to be about the lack of female representation in the coal mining industry? I think not. But continuing, they say, additionally, although it has been found that women now make up about half of the gaming community, there are misconceptions that gamers are still predominantly male. Hence, from Lara Croft to Bayonetta, women in video games have been constantly heavily sexualized.
Bro, the newer Lara Croft is like, she's been like nerfed to hell. I don't know.
To appeal.
She doesn't have that Lara Croft feel to her anymore. She's attractive looking, but she isn't like the over-the-top ridiculousness that it used to be that was comical.
To men. Just like other feminine
triangle tits. Dude, that's funny. It's not even like overly sexualized. That's just hilarious that they're like triangle boobs.
Who have given their opinion on video game characters. They look at characters like Bayonetta, for example, and they see that a lot of men and women like them, and they go, ugh, nope, wrong. You know, they beg for more female representation in video games.
Bro, that is female representation, bro.
And then when they get one, they're like, no, not like that. No, she's too attractive. Too many men like her. She doesn't count. She's not representation or proper representation. It happens over and over. But if you continue in the article, you see this section highlighted right here. Recently, conservatives formulated a conspiracy theory that Sweet Baby Inc. was behind improving the treatment of women in video
bro.
games and the inclusion of diverse characters resulting in them boycotting the company.
People are so like brain dead. Dude, right wing, if you disagree with me, my God, bro. No, we just like things the way things are. Not, oh, it isn't the way that I want it to be, so therefore I'm going to ruin your entire company by bullying
Yes,
you.
another gaslighting journalist trying to treat the very fair criticism of Sweet Baby Inc. is
Also, they're saying that it's a right wing guy attacking them, and the guy's a Brazilian, not even in this country, and doesn't care about American politics. He just wants video games to be good. That's it. That's all he's asking. That's all anyone really wants is video games to be good.
some kind of an alt-right conspiracy theory. Yeah, opinion discarded if it wasn't already. But going forward, it wasn't just games journalists saying these things about Eve from Stellar Blade. We also have Twitter users saying this. I know people find it funny when women say that the games industry objectifies women, but, like, how do you excuse this outfit? This straight up is just a creepy dude magnet. Ah, yes. For the male gaze, they missed the chance to use that wonderful phrase. But you can see it's just her bodysuit, and this person saying it's just straight up creepy to enjoy this. Again, just like the other ones, people.
I guess porn stars quit making porn on OnlyFans. You're being creepy. You're selling your pictures to creepy men, and you're supposed to quit it because you're not real. It's not realistic to be attractive. Stop. According to these fat, angry, fucking weird women that no one ever would want to touch, apparently, because, like, I mean, they did it to themselves. They made themselves unlikable.
Enjoy Eve. Both men and women enjoy this character design and other attractive female characters, just like men and women enjoy the sponsor of today's video. Yeah. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Giga Chads at Factor have returned to sponsor this video. Get 50% off your first Factor box and free wellness shots for life using my link.
That means Factor's based, bro. They're willing to put their brand on this and not be afraid of the boogeyman.
Free wellness shots from 3 available flavors for every order while you're an active subscriber. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Now, what is Factor? It's a trusted pre-made meal delivery service featuring a large category of options for you to enjoy without the hassle of shopping at the grocery store. Look, you're busy. You have anime girls to simp over, gaming journalists to laugh at, and so on and so forth. You don't have the time to go to the grocery store or the patience to cook up complicated recipes. The solution to this problem is, of course, Factor. Factor makes your life easy by bringing pre-made meals right to your doorstep, ready to eat with only a few minutes in the microwave.
True.
I love Factor because they offer not only delicious meals, but also high-protein and diet-conscious meal options for people like me who want to maximize their gains at the gym. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring this video. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment for all the relevant information you'll need. Now let's jump back into the content. Welcome back. So now we're going to take some time and revisit the page of Carolyn, who is a Kotaku contributor who we've covered a couple times over the past few weeks due to some of her tweets as well as tweets that she has defended, including tweets made by fellow Kotaku contributor Alyssa, who said you can't be racist against white people, which is something that Carolyn...
That's so brain dead. That's such a brain dead take. You can't be racist towards a race of other people that exist on the planet.
Staunchly defended, while she has made another stinker on Twitter. Like, the only thing more certain than a bad article made by a gaming journalist is a bad tweet. And this one is just that. So it says, when certain dudes encounter a queer or trans person or even a realistic looking woman in a game and lose...
Bro, what does that even mean? What does that even mean, bro? A realistic looking woman? Just because, like, every woman's, like, fat and smokes cigarettes now and has purple hair that isn't, like, those are the only people screaming about this. See, look, her hair's like an unnatural hair color.
Lose their shit.
And I used to defend unnatural hair colors in the workplace. I was like, Why can't they have green hair? I don't give a shit. Like, let them. And then, like, now it's become like a red flag. Like, this person's gonna try to ruin your life. You can't even talk to them. You have to be scared of them. You see a female, like, even like remotely goth looking, you're like, I don't know, dude. She might try to ruin my life if I say hello to her.
And of course, stay away from Tifa. Don't use her for your arguments. Please and thank you. But this idea of even a realistic looking woman as something that triggers the gamers, in particular male gamers, is asinine. And it shows that you're not looking around at what people are talking about in the gaming scene. Because one of the biggest talks of the town right now is Stellar Blade and the main protagonist, Eve, who we all know based on other coverage I've done on various videos.
Based on a real person.
The main protagonist is designed after a 3D scan of a real-life Korean model. And people love this character. And I say people because men and women love the design of this realistic-looking character from that franchise. It just shows that Carolyn has absolutely no idea what's going on if she thinks gamers, in particular male gamers, are upset about a character having a realistic look. Now, she would continue to have another meltdown on Twitter, this time saying, in quotes, "We just want games to be apolitical and escapist," end quote. Is that why you're...
Bro, they used to be good. They used to be escapist. You used to be able to escape. But if I have fucking American politics shoved in my face every time I look at a fucking game, I don't want it. I don't care. I don't care about your gender politics or whatever the fuck. I just, bro, like, everyone's like, your race, dude, Blade from 1998 is my favorite movie. Starring Wesley Snipes. I know, that's crazy.
You're all tweeting like you...
Because no one gave a fuck. It was just a good movie. No one gave a fuck about race or anything back then. Every actor in that movie's good.
Have to live in a society where trans people don't exist and women are valued based on their traditional femininity and attractiveness to men. Like, even a woman with short hair is too transgressive. Okay, there's a lot of projection and weird claims here, but we're going to focus on this last part, which is the most obviously incorrect part, where they're basically saying men would never want women with short hair, especially in their video games. They think it's something...
What? What do you mean? Chie from Persona 4 is a very well-liked character. What the fuck are you talking about, you idiot?
Something that's transgressive. That is asinine. I mean, do you think people were mad about 2B having short hair? No, people love this character. She became a
People love tomboy characters. What the fuck is she talking about? She's so stupid.
Loved character in the video game scene, and she had short hair. No one complained. Men and women love this design. And if that's too
and
long
her tits
of hair
aren't
for
even
your
like
example,
that big either.
What about characters like Bayonetta, especially in the second installment? She had very short hair, and people found this character to be very attractive and overall enjoyable because they just like the character. They don't even care what her hairstyle looks like, largely because they just enjoy Bayonetta. She's a badass. And that, once again, defies everything that she's trying to say here. And also, when it comes to outrage over characters like Bayonetta, the only time there was really outrage was when it was revealed through official art that she's canonically in a straight relationship with a child. Do you remember the outrage on Twitter when this dropped? It was like the personal 9/11 of a lot of weirdos on Twitter who were genuinely angry to see.
Dude, the same thing happened when Oda came out and talked about the one character, the one female character.
See her in a straight
remember.
relationship, of course, in defiance of their own headcanon.
People are just weird with their headcanons. They care way too much about fictional characters.
Even angrier when they saw what resembles a
If they put that much focus in their real life, they would probably all be rich because they would be focusing on themselves. But they're too busy worried about like what shit, and then like if the author doesn't go with their ships, and they try to like send death threats and like there's that. Oh my god, dude.
Happy family. Yeah, imagine that. But moving forward, Carolyn had another tweet that would flop quite hard and get made fun of by everyone. It says this: the same people who will say, we just want games to be apolitical.
Look at this fucking views to like ratio. That is insane.
Again, will then say deeply political stuff like this, making it evident that they want games to reinforce deeply patriarchal, essentialist, and limiting notions of gender, which is not apolitical at all. We have this cropped screenshot of a tweet leaving out the user so they can't really respond. It says, we play as characters who are much larger than life, but have flaws like us so that we can relate to them. Both male and female characters in video games pre-2014 were designed to be at peak masculine and feminine form. This is why men in video games have defined muscles, are leaders that other men want to follow, and are handsome. The female characters are peak feminine with nice bodies, desirable personalities, and faces with which to fall in love. Notice this last part about desirable personalities, and this is her response. And as other users would point out, woman who works for Kotaku thinks women having desirable personality is unrealistic for women. Yeah, that did not really
make sense though. I mean, most modern women don't have desirable personalities, just saying.
Really go the way they expected. That backfired a little bit now, didn't it? But also, we see some other responses from Carolyn saying, LOL, y'all are the ones whining about games featuring queer people and people of color. Which, of course, this isn't really about diversity. It's even more about just wanting to impose your will and your agenda on people and threatening them in the process. We saw this with this tweet from another game dev. They said this: say it louder for those in the back. Diversity makes better games. Stop being troglodytes and leave game devs making inclusive/diverse games alone. You'll happily consume their life's work and then come after them. That ecosystem is toxic, because I know right now that I want
purple hair
game developers on Twitter telling me what's toxic or not. But I would respond personally before they deleted their tweet with a screenshot of another member of the industry who had something that's very contradictory to what they said. So this user said, as a person who advocates for diversity in games, this whole thing is laughable. We have had exactly one female protagonist in the top 25 best-selling games of the last 3 years. That list also includes only one Latino. That's not forced diversity. There is no diversity at all. So what is it, guys? Is there a lot of diversity in the games already? Is that why they're succeeding? Are players buying all these games that are made by people who are supporting this stuff? Or is that not the case at all? Is there no diversity? Also, the self-own of this is unreal. You're talking about how important diversity is, while saying only one of the last 25 best-selling games had a female protagonist. I think the market's trying to tell you something there.
Yeah,
but
bud.
anyways, that was a cell phone, and of course, like I said, as soon as I shared that, they deleted their tweet, which is very expected. But the overall response to a lot of the things that people like Carolyn are saying is, well, simply, how's Kotaku doing these days? I don't really know why a lot of these journalists think they have the clout that they do. They think that they are all important, that we're back in 2014 and they're running the narrative. They are doing everything in their power to try to gaslight you and attack you and demonize.
I mean, somehow they're winning though, because like people are listening to them, or else like half our media wouldn't be bad right now in America. Just saying. Like, the only like good TV show that I've seen all year so far was Reacher on Amazon, because like it's just a good, well-written show. The females and males are written well, and they all have their part and do well in the show. That's all it takes, is good actors to play their role, not being forced into bullshit.
Gamers to basically benefit themselves and continue whatever grip they're doing. Unfortunately, it's not going very well. It didn't go well in 2014, but it's going even worse here in 2024 because people are not having this again. And no matter how much gaslighting they're doing, people are always going to keep trying to pursue the truth and clapping back at journalists like this, saying absolutely off the wall things. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you guys listening. As always, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Go follow Rev Desu over on his YouTube channel. Just his link will be down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.